Hey everybody, HMV here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and we are starting a new save in a new system here. It looks very much like the regular system, except for this weird lighting thing that I hope will go away eventually. Also we're starting in science. We're not going to be doing any contracts here. And if you look here, we got what looks like kind of a normal system, except for if you'll notice, Kerbin's orbit seems a little more circular than it normally is, and if you go here, you'll see why. And if we rotate the camera around, you'll see we are orbiting a ringed gas giant. That is correct. I have installed the New Horizons mod, and we are going to play around in it. I don't know almost anything about about this mod. Apparently there are asteroids everywhere that we can already track. Sona is the gas giant. I don't know what happens when we fly through the rings. I'm going to find out by doing it. We've got the moon, which I believe is exactly like the moon that we like and love and know. The radius 200 kilometers, that sounds about right. ASL gravity 1.6, that sounds about right. So yeah, I think the planets that are the same are the same. However, there are some interesting worlds here, including, what is this, Aptur, which orbits the same as Kerbin, just on a slightly different orbit. So they're always near each other, and they trade who is in front and who is in back. Aptur is gonna go basically in front of us. It's gonna kind of orbit us. It's like we're, if Moon was a little bit bigger, the Moon, Earth's moon, this is the way that the two planets would orbit. So that's kind of an interesting idea. We can't just transfer to it, but we can kind of do something similar. We can burn here when Aptur is like here, we can burn here to go around like this. But we're gonna play around, and I think I'm gonna stick here in the RU, because those mountains are really cool looking. I'm gonna do some grindiness. I'm gonna show you the first thing I do, and then tell you what, let's also warp till morning. Did that seriously not work? Where'd the sun go? Oh, interesting. We are far enough north that we don't get a sunrise here. So tell you what, let's go to the Southern Space Center instead then. That was crazy. Now it's great. It's almost sunset here. So let's go ahead and warp to the next morning here. We're not in any hurry or anything. Yeah, there's definitely something going on with the sun. That shouldn't happen. I don't care what planet you live on. Now, the Southern Space Center should be at sunset now. And it is. Now, if I time warp now, yeah, something crazy's going on. The sun is not moving in the sky. But if I go here and back, it has now set. So that's interesting. We'll just have to deal with that. I think that's possibly... I'm assuming it's a bug with the New Horizons, but there's really no way to know. But let's go ahead and just warp till next morning. Assume it's now next morning, and go in here and build ourselves a standard rocket. I'm going to knock the thrust limiter down a bit, because this guy has no need to be that powerful. I'm also going to knock some of the solid fuel off, because we don't need to go that far. There is no science to be done. Oh, well, we got the mystery goo. Might as well take it. Actually, I'm going to put it on here. Just gonna call this guy no, because that way I'll remember to delete it later. And let's go ahead and, we should probably also fix the staging, because the game hates us. And also put our scientist in there, so we get a slight bit more stuff, because we care about what we have in here. So now we can save this guy and launch him. Now we don't want to simulate the vessel. I'll talk about this in a minute, but we're just gonna launch this guy. We're not gonna simulate him. Okay, and oh, look at that. Yeah, we got science alert here, so I'm just going to do it. Crew report, mystery goo, keep those. Do your EVA. I'm only going to show you this one time. I'm going to do the EVA report here. I'm going to collect the data, restore the thing, and then observe it again and just leave the data in there. Now we're going to store experiments. We're going to let go. EVA report and a surface. Oh, that's funny. Surface sample. Keep those. Keep that too, I guess. And we're done here with our first experiment. Let's try to clamber here. Ha! Nice job. Okay, that's Bob. Scientist and parkour expert. Okay, we're going to recover this vessel and get our measly little 13 science. Not bad, actually, when it comes down to it. Now, what I'm going to do here is to be boring, I'm going to unlock nodes top to bottom, left to right, and not care about what I'm getting benefits for. That's one of the ideas behind this thing. So we need 20 science before we can unlock anything else. I am going to try to go as far as I possibly can with each amount of science I get. This is not going to be quite like Kerbal, where I can only go to one place once, because I kind of want to explore this place, and see what it's like. But I also don't want to, dilly-dally anywhere. I want to keep pushing the frontier and seeing what we can do and where we can go. So our first job is space, really. That's our first goal, is to get into space, and we're going to try to take as much science to space as we possibly can. Now, we don't really have that much, but we do have hammers, which are awesome. We do have an engine and a fuel tank, which the engine and fuel tank aren't that awesome, really, when it comes down to it, but they should get the job done to get us into space. So, let's go ahead and toss a Science Junior on here. Let's go ahead and put a decoupler on here. And we're going to flip this decoupler around if the game lets us. Come on. There we go. Then we're going to put, let's say, 8 fuel tanks. And one thing about science mode is we don't care about how much things cost. And I'm going to revel in that. This will probably get us to space. I mean, hell, 2.4. But you know what? Let's do this here. Decoupler. And let's throw one of these on there. And let's do another one. Why not, right? They're free. I'm not going to try to be inefficient, but I'm not going to go crazy with the efficiency. So, ideally, this will get us into space. What we're going to do is we're going to take these readings, we're going to take a double reading of this guy on the launch pad, and then Bob's going to hop out, and he's still in it. Sweet. We can save this right over no, because we're not going to keep this one either. And, he's going to hop out, take these from the launch pad, and then we're going to take off and see if we can get this guy into space. Let's go ahead and launch it now. And we've already got a science alert with the material study. Hop on out. I know it's kind of scary. And I've expanded the distance that he can access this thing, because I think that the distance that the game sets is ridiculous. Oh, we can only observe it once. I just realized, because we need to take more. You can take 2 wherever you've landed, but before then you can't do anything. Okay, we're gonna hit the spacebar, and I think we're gonna go north, so we land somewhere interesting. We can already do a crew report, material study, and a mystery goo right from here. And we're gonna keep those until we get into space. We probably also should turn the computer on. We've already started turning to 270, so tell you what, let's just go with it. And we're gonna kind of go a bit like we're trying to get into orbit, but I'm going to keep it fairly far north. We've already got terrible... Oh, you know what? I just realized we are going to have some issues with... I'm turning I'm turning the pump on. Oops. Yeah, see, this thing's going to flip around. Now, we're going fast enough that I'm hoping that we're going to be able to arrest this spin here. Ugh. One problem is we don't have any gimbaling engines. We do have reaction wheels. It's really hard to hit X and Z at the right times. Okay, there we go. There we go. Come on. Oh god, it's like it wants to, but then it doesn't. And we'll just burn out our fuel here. Sadly, that's it as far as we can go. We're high enough in the atmosphere, I think an EVA report's going to be safe. No, it's not. Let's get up to 40 kilometers and see if it lets me do that. Nope, it would be a PR nightmare. So we are just going to ditch this thing and come on back down for a landing. That sucks. I should have. I bet fins would have been fine. Fins would have fixed that because it was so close to being stable. What I was trying to do with the right clicking was I was trying to turn off the fuel tanks at the top so that as the engine burned, it would burn its smaller. Let's see, we're going to 800 and some. Oh, this is bad too. I'm trying to pull up as much as possible because this thing's basically a big dart coming down. Now, one nice thing is the parachute actually has a lot of drag for some reason. I don't know why. But it is going to actually help on our drag, the parachute on top. But as soon as we get... Now, notice it says it's red because I have the parachute safety mod installed. It's now green, which means we're safe. Let's go ahead and pull the chute. Oh, listen to all those explosions. And the decoupler will save the materials bay when it lands. It should cause it to not explode. Oh, look at that. And it did! Yay! Okay, go ahead and hop out. And I'm just collecting all the data and then observing these things twice so that we get the maximum we can. We're going to take all the data out of here and store the experiments, hop back in, take a crew report, another EVA report, but luckily he fell now instead of any other time because I wanted the EVA report and the surface sample off the ground. Now we're going to recover him. Actually, let's see if we can parkour our way up there. Come on, you're the parkour master. And we're going to recover you. 36 science, which is good. Bob is ready for his next assignment. We can unlock one of these, I think. Yeah, we can only unlock one because I could unlock this one. And you know what? I might actually just do it. We're going to research this to get ourselves gimbaling engines, which will be awesome. And then we're going to go down and research survivability, which is going to give us radial parachutes, which will also be awesome. Okay, so the first change we're going to make to this ship is we are going to put this on top, and we're going to use the nice little, we're going to use this tool to snap it, to snap it on this very center here, and then this tool to rotate it around so it doesn't look stupid. Although it looks kind of stupid anyway. And then we are going to put a radial parachute, or actually put two of them, might as well. Two radial parachutes here. I am going to slap 4 basic fins on. Now let's make it 3. Right there. We got better fuel tanks. Let's go ahead and use them. I like the amount of fuel we had. I just don't think we had the ability to use it properly. Do we want the swivel instead? We can also just put a thumper on here instead of these guys. Make the staging a little bit simpler. This is our go to space ship. I can tell. I can feel it. It's going to happen. And hopefully this launch will be a little less scary. So I can talk about simulations. The reason I've installed the simulator mod is because that's the only way I'm going to allow myself to revert, is by doing simulations. I am not going to revert anything except, and quick loads and quick saves as well, except game bugs. Period. End of story. No questions asked. I'm not going to revert for testing aero brakings. I'm not going to revert if I time warp through... Well, actually, that is a bug. So, time warping through a planet, I can revert. Okay, we're about to ditch the backs. And we should... Yes, we are stable because of the fins. I was right. The ship itself is actually close to stable, but not exactly because we're flipping around because I'm a moron. Ugh. What if I could say hold prograde? Oh, we're... Yeah, the fins might not be perfect, but they did help a bit. Okay. Are we still... We're still looking at possibly getting into space. And we have stuff to do, so let's go ahead and do a crew report, a material study, and a mystery go. We're not going to do an EVA report here. Oh, wow. I wasn't even paying attention to that. No, it'd be a PR nightmare. We are really high up. We're a lot higher up than I thought we would be. I was thinking about going up to like 60 or so. I'm sure you can get out now. Science is worth a little risk. Yeah, you're fine. Let's get that EVA report before we leave the atmosphere. Collect the data. Restore it. Collect the data. Restore it. Go ahead and hop back in, and let's do materials and a mystery goo and another EVA report. And it wants another EVA report, so let's go ahead and do it. And I should turn on pausing. That way, we can get our EVA report here. Of course, oh, there we go. Just hop back in. We could probably take another one of these. And another one of these. That way we... Oh, wait, no, we can't. I just realized. Let's go ahead and just reset these, because we can't take them on the way down if we do that. Okay, we have gone in the atmosphere, so let's now go ahead and hold retrograde. And as soon as we see any atmospheric effects, it's like we're coming right down on this shore, which should be... I have no idea where we are, to be honest with you. We're actually not going that fast. I'm not concerned at all. But we might as well burn up the fuel. We've got it, right? There's our atmospheric effects. Let's burn this off. Ditch it. Looks like we're going to be either in the water or in the shore. We're not going to do an EVA report right now, that's for sure. Okay, we're going to do the trick where we pull up as much as possible because we got to get these parachutes safe. There we go. 250. Pull the chutes. And as we get really close, I'm going to actually tilt this thing back so that it lands, a bit on its back and then sinks into the water. So it's easy. Now, I could just roll it over, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's good practice for when we're landing on land, because a lot of times you don't have that choice when you're on land. Nicely done. Okay, let's do these. We're going to do an EVA report. We're going to do it from flying over the water. We're going to hop back in, because, yeah, we get a crew report here. We're also going to take these, because we might as well get doubles from where we landed. And then the EVA report we want to get is here, and we can get a surface sample as well. Because that makes total sense. 47.4. Very nice, Bob. Let's go ahead and see how many that unlocks. Now, we got to go back and do this one. That's the last time we'll have to do that because everything costs the same. Okay, we need more science before we can get the next thing. All we got here is nose cones, which aren't bad, and some more winglets and radial decouplers, which also aren't bad. We're going to be getting more engines, including this awesome space engine, and struts, and oh yeah, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Okay, next up is orbit, and we want to go north in our orbit, ideally. And I think we can ditch these sciences, because all we can really do a lot of once you're in orbit is crew reports. So let's go ahead and put a nose cone on this guy, just for the fun of it. What? That looks like something we would do. Actually, what we could do, you know what we should do? Let's ditch this and this. How much does this weigh? Wait. 1.28 versus... No, this is cheaper. We really only need one parachute. Okay, now that should be enough delta V to get us into space. Now the problem is, we don't seem to have the control. So, let's go ahead and put a swivel on here instead of a Reliant. See how that affects our delta V. Not very much, if at all. And it's going to give us more control, which is very important at this stage of the game. We are also going to, I'm going to cheat here, I'm going to set the pump level of this guy to 2. Or to 1, I should say. This guy to 2. Although I think this guy has to also be 0. Yeah, just these two guys are going to pump up. Because I think if this guy runs out of fuel, the engine's just going to start going... Let's go ahead and save this. Make sure we got Bob, our resident awesome dude. And I should also say, I am not going to take names for this. For this game. I'm just gonna use whoever we end up with. Sorry, but I'm not gonna do it. It's a pain in the butt. Okay, same as before. Let's actually fix our staging now. There we go. Same as before, we are going to launch to the north. Okay, and I'm gonna coast a little bit. Just a little, not too long. Here we go. And we're going to keep this thing prograde at least up to 20 kilometers. As, yeah, see, this fuel tank's draining, so now, see, we're actually already better off. So actually, I'm gonna pull this down. We're at 36 kilometers at our apoapsis. Being a little overly brave here with the gravity turn, but I think now that we're at 25 kilometers and we've used up an entire fuel tank, we're fine. So let's burn sideways. Just gonna burn to the north. And at 75 we're gonna stop here. And that's funny. Pump level 0, pump level 0. It must have been just because it's the last one. But this is the last fuel tank. We got a quarter of our fuel left. Let's see if we have what it takes to get into orbit. We need we have 770. We need 653. We can do it. Sweet. Okay, we just got to be very precise. It's going to be tight. But we can do it. 10 seconds. We got 3 seconds before the burn. We're going to aim at our maneuver node, and now. The last thing we wanted to have to do, though, is calm down. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, kill that. Periapsis of 73, apoapsis of 74. We are GTG. Global warp settings are on. Alert sound as always. I'm going to do the boring part. Crew report. Oh, we get a crew report. We never got a crew report from space. We're going to do the boring part of sitting here and doing crew reports and EVA reports while time warping around the planet. And as soon as I get everything, I am going to bring this guy back down, and I'll be back then. Okay, we've achieved everything. We just got Badlands Science from over here. So I'm going to I'm going to do a retrograde burn of all of my fuel. I have 108 meters per second, and I made a maneuver node for 108. And I'm using trajectories to make sure we land in the ice caps, or if it's short, we'll land in the tundra, which will be nice, or long, I guess. But let's go ahead and aim at that maneuver node. Got not a long time. We got 12 minutes before we're going to be there, which is actually about 15 seconds at 50 times warp. Look at the sunrise with Sidonia. I don't remember what the name of that planet is. 2, 1, 0. It's going to burn away all of our fuel. Trajectories is telling us we're going to be good. I think we should ditch this thing. Now let's wait till we're in the atmosphere. We're actually experiencing some sort of re-entry stuff. Hopefully that nose cone won't screw up our center of mass, but it shouldn't because it's so light. And actually, it looks like we are stable backwards, so we might just keep the engine bell the whole way down. These poor little fins are... they just cooled down as I got over the Badlands, and now they're heating back up. Oh, there go our fins. One of them. Two of them. Our parachute is... Our whole ship is warming up. Okay, I'm going to ditch this. Yeah, we really... At least we're going to end up in here. We're going to do a crew report from flying over Kerbin's Highlands, so might as well keep that. Not going to do the EVA report for what I hope are obvious reasons. We're already in the safe zone for the parachute, which is nice. Looks like we are probably going to come down over tundra, which is also nice. I might need to move this thing. Yeah, because it's over this. Could I put it right here? Yeah, the rocket was making us super aerodynamic compared to how heavy we were. So there was a danger that we wouldn't slow down fast enough. And we were coming in fast enough that I was willing. Willing, I believe, is the right word. Oh, we're out of electric charge. That's going to suck because that means we're going to end up on our face here. I might EVA. I'm gonna F5 here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna EVA Bob when we're about maybe 10 meters off the ground, and if it causes him to die for any reason, I'm going to revert. But if we get some weird cracking thing because he hits the ground and then the capsule lands on him, we're gonna not count that, or we're not gonna revert for that, I guess is what I should say. I'm only quick saving in case of crack. Look, we got our other planet there. We've got the huge planet we're orbiting and the sun. All in the same thing. Very, very pretty. I don't think we're going to see much of a shadow. My concern is that he won't be able to get out. Oh, there's our shadow and EVA. Well, that's what I said I wouldn't revert for, so I'm not going to do it. He crashed into Kerbin. I bet you anything if I had let go, he would have been okay. Well, okay, we can't take any reports from here. Oh, we have to, there we go. Sorry, Bob. You got us 45 science, which is good. You will live in the posterity of getting us this engine, which is going to be critical for doing anything other than getting into orbit. So, let's go ahead and research it. And we are ready now. Let's go ahead and hire a new scientist. Lufert. Welcome to the crew, Lufert. You are our #1 dude because... That's weird. I thought they started out with 5 stars. Oh, well, no big deal. I'm pretty sure that the science mode doesn't care about stars anyway. Because, like, Bob can turn on SAS. But anyway, Lufert is our new scientist. He's obviously not going to try the Bob maneuver anymore. And, I think we're going to end it here. With the planet setting. I should learn the names of these planets. Sana. With Sana setting in the background, and Aptur basically on the other side. So if Sana is over here, Aptur should be over here, probably below the horizon. Looks like it is. Okay, no big deal. But with those guys, doing their little dance, we are gonna sign off here. And I hope that you enjoyed this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. It's fun to start a new series. It's always fun, and it's fun to try new things. And I'm looking forward to that because I'm not going to look up how to get to places on this game. I'm going to figure it out. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I'm HMV, and I will, as always, talk at you later.